So today is going to be a video a little bit different. I'm going to be talking to you guys about my sleep paralysis. Before I get started, I've been doing this every day, you guys. Oh, and they got a little bit of paint on there, but it is Black History Month, and I have been lighting a black candle every day for us. I like my shirt. I thought this was cute. Now, I had to take a sip on that only because sleep paralysis is one of those things that I used to be just literally obsessed with. And the reason being is because I used to have it every single day. Is that where the camera is? Yeah, okay. Sleep paralysis for me started when did it start for me? I think it started when I was in about my 20s. And I didn't know what it was. I don't know what I thought it was, but I knew there was something really, really scary, and I knew that it was something that I didn't want to continue having. So let me see if I can remember my first day of sleep paralysis. Was this in our new apartment? I don't know. Okay, so this video is probably going to be everywhere, okay? So me and my boyfriend at the time, which is, you know, the father of my children, we had just moved into a new apartment. And we didn't notice that, you know, inside of the master bedroom that there was something like sketched or etched, however you say it, in the wall. Like there was something carved in the wall that we didn't know what it was. You know what I mean? So, I mean, of course they painted over it and stuff like that, so we didn't really think nothing of it. We were just like, okay, you know, people do different things when they get into these apartments to the wall and stuff like that. But, you know, it never dawned on me that it might have been something not nice that the people before us were in that room doing. But anyway, my sleep paralysis started in that apartment. Okay. Oh, my voice might be shaking a little bit because I haven't talked about this in so long to like anybody, because I can't find anybody that can relate to me. You know what I'm saying? Like with these stories. But yeah, so I just remember like laying on the bed and I felt this feeling come over me. And it lasted for about a few seconds, but those few seconds felt like a lifetime, because whenever that feeling would come over me, I would just feel like I was paralyzed, like everybody says, right, on the internet. I would feel like I was paralyzed, like I could not move whatsoever. I don't know what this is about. I don't know what this is or what this could be. But if you've ever felt that before, you feel literally helpless. Helpless. Like nobody can save you. And so the first time that it happened, you know, I'm realizing that there's something going on. You know what I'm saying? Like I can't move, I can't speak, I can't do anything. All I can do is look around. Like my eyes are still working. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, okay, my eyes are working, but everything else is like shut down. And that's the only way that I can, you know, explain it. And so when I came out of this, I was just like, that was really weird. I don't know what that was, but that was really weird. And I went on about my day. You know what I'm saying? I was like, okay, you know, went on about my day or whatever. Did what I normally do, go to work, you know, take care of my son at the time. I only had one. And I worked a lot, you know, like I said, I had my son to take care of. So, you know, working and then taking care of kids would just have you extremely exhausted. So, with that being said, after this first time happened, it just seemed like it was a door open for it to happen again and again and again. And that was just too darn much. Like, that was too much for me. So, the first time that it happened, I didn't tell, you know, I didn't tell my boyfriend at the time because I didn't want him to think that I was crazy. You know what I'm saying? So I just kind of kept it to myself. But you know what? After it kept happening over and over again, I said, bump this. I've got to tell somebody because I'm about to go out of my mind about what is going on with me. You know what I'm saying? So I remember opening up to him and letting him know that, you know, something's going on with me. Like, whenever I'm laying there, I just go into this, I guess you would call it a trance. I don't know, because I wasn't asleep. Now, that's another thing. I hear a lot of back and forth on the internet about, you know, oh, you know, you were asleep, you were having this lucid dream, or you were dreaming. No, let me tell you something. Every time that this happened to me, my eyes were open, okay? That's what I want people to understand. My eyes were open. I was not asleep whatsoever. I know exactly what was going on, okay? And so my eyes were always open. I was always aware of, you know, my surroundings, what was going on and stuff like this. And, you know, I just remember him telling me, you know, he didn't judge me or anything like that. He was just like, oh, wow, you know. So that's how I know that it's real, if that makes any sense. You know what I'm saying? It is real. It is not a dream, okay? I was at a point where it was happening so much to me that I just remember getting on the internet and, you know, researching and typing up things, you know, what is sleep paralysis? How does sleep paralysis happen to you? Why is it happening to you? You know, just whatever I could find. And I remember running into this, was it a chat room? I'm not sure. I think it was probably a chat room, but I was going through some of the comments and just scared the out of myself, okay? I was going through all kinds of comments of people saying, you know, that they see dark shadows in their rooms at night, and, you know, don't leave your feet hanging off the bed because something might pull you off. And what else was people saying? People were saying stuff like, you know, things were in their face when they opened their eyes, and none of that. I never saw none of that, and I was so thankful. I was like, okay, at least I'm not seeing that mess, you know? At least I'm not seeing that. I'm not seeing no dark shadows. I'm not seeing anything in my room. I'm not feeling anything touching me. I'm not seeing eyeballs in my face. But there was one thing that a lot of people were saying that they heard, and that one thing was, okay, so that one thing was buzzing. Yeah, buzzing, like bees. And I was like, buzzing? I was like, people are hearing buzzing? Like, how are you hearing buzzing? I said, I ain't heard that either. Okay, so after I freaked myself out, on the internet, searching and just listening to people's stories and stuff like that. All of this was going on with me, and I was just so terrified to go to sleep. Every single night I was terrified. I was to the point to where I was telling my boyfriend that I was like, can you stay up? Let me fall asleep first, even though I wasn't asleep when this mess was happening. But I was just like, just watch me, watch my movements, watch my eyes. If it looks like I'm in trouble, or, it looks like something's going on, grab me, pull me, shake me, something, slap me. I don't care. Just do something so that I don't have to go into that, And so he was like, okay, but it never worked. You know what I'm saying? Because it seemed like whatever it was would catch me when I was by myself. You know what I'm saying? It would catch me when I was by myself. It would catch me when I was like the most exhausted, is what it seemed like. It was just like when I was just like, just literally just no energy whatsoever. I would lay down, and I would lay down on my back. That's when it really gets you. And I would just be like, please don't go to work. He would get up in the morning and he would be like, all right, baby, I'm going to work. And I would be like, please don't go. Like, please don't leave me here. Not in this apartment, not with this thing sketched on the wall, and with me having this, whatever it is that's after me. Where are you going? No, you can't go to work today. And he would be like, I have to go to work, and of course I knew that, we had a family to take care of. So I was just like, okay, it's gonna get me as soon as you leave. And so, yeah, sure enough, as soon as he left, if I even thought about getting tired, there it go. Me, can't move, can't do nothing, and sometimes they would last for it seemed like minutes, and I just know that every time it would happen, I'm like fighting this thing off, get off of me. Get off of me. So this brings me to the very one of the nights. I remember one time he went to work, and I was like, bump this, I'm not staying home today. I'm not staying home. This thing is not getting me today. And let I remind you, I'm in my 20s. I went straight to my mom and pop's house that morning that he left. And I just remember I didn't even tell them anything. I just came in and they were just looking at me like, what are you doing here? You know what I'm saying? And I came in and I just went upstairs because, they got some extra rooms and stuff. I went upstairs. I laid down because I was still tired. It was in the morning, you know what I'm saying? But I was like, I'm not sleeping in that apartment by myself, not until my boo comes home, And so I was just like, whatever it is still there. I ain't worried about it. I ain't got to worry about it until. So here's the kicker, right? Get to their house. I'm thinking I am away from this horrifying whatever it is that's going on. Not at all. I laid down. As soon as I walked into their house, I went upstairs and I laid down on my back. And the moment I laid down, it got me. The moment I laid down, it got me. And that was probably the longest sleep paralysis I have ever had. And I don't know if whatever it was like, oh, you think you're getting away? No, girlfriend, we can follow you wherever, whenever, however, whoever. You know what I'm saying? Like, and so when I finally came out of that, I was like, I said, oh my Lord, this can follow me wherever I go. You know, that's when it dawned on me that this can be with me wherever. You know, I'm thinking that it's just the apartment. There's probably some entity in there that's trying to get me. But clearly, you know, if you have sleep paralysis, you can have sleep paralysis anywhere. I didn't know that at the time. So yeah, oh my goodness. Oh my good. Yeah, so going back to the buzzing of the bees, right? Because I told y'all this video was going to be everywhere. I heard the buzzing of the bees. When we laid down, because I'm trying to explain to y'all that I'm not asleep. It's so hard. You know, when I laid down, of course it's dark in the room. You know, he's already knocked out. I'm terrified to even think about going to sleep. I go into the trance. And that's when I hear the bees. The bees were buzzing. And at first they started off really, really, really low. Like it started off as a really low buzz. And then the sound just seemed like it got louder and louder and louder. And it was just loud. Like the bees were literally around me in the room. And after I heard the bees, it went from bees to somebody or something, I kid you not, screaming in my ear. Now you tell me what that is, because I can tell you right now, I'm not crazy, you know, and it'll sound like to somebody out there that I am crazy, but I don't know how you get buzzing of the bees and then somebody screaming in your ear. Like, those were like the scariest times of my life. When I say I don't think I've ever been as terrified. Oh, except for the time somebody gave me gave me some weed and I didn't know. But that's another story. Yeah, so I don't think I've ever been as terrified about something. You know, it's just such a vulnerable moment, you know, having to deal with that, you know. But thank God I have not had that issue since then, you know. I have not had anything happening. I haven't heard any buzzing. That was the first and the last time I heard the buzzing, and you know, whoever that was screaming in my ear, it sounded like a woman. And I think the reason why I haven't had it is because now I know, you know what I'm saying? When I look back all those times, it was because I was sleeping on my back. I do not sleep on my back anymore. I don't research that stuff anymore, because I used to research that stuff like in the middle of the night, just on my phone, just listening to people's stories, because I had nobody to talk to. I had nobody to go to, because nobody had been through that before. You know, so I would research that stuff and go straight to sleep. And you know, sometimes, you know, the last thing that's on your mind is what is what you're going to dream about, even though I was not asleep. I had to have this class because it was just such a terrifying time in my life, and I felt like if I put this video out on the platform, that somebody out there would know exactly what I'm talking about. You are going to resonate with exactly what I'm saying, you know, and it might help somebody. You know, I don't know what else to say. I never, you know, had to get on any medication or see like a psychiatrist or nothing like that. I mean, it was bad, but it didn't get to the point to where I felt like I had to, you know, seek extra help, you know. But yeah, so I'm glad I was able to get on here and rant about my sleep paralysis. And yeah, if you have experienced something like this, definitely hit me up in the comments. I would love to hear, you know, you guys' stories about what has happened to you, if you still have it, what has helped, what hasn't helped. And yeah, it's your favorite princess, Princess Platinum, and I will see you in the next one.